single day.
Waiting for it to stand.
Oh, she's already helping you?
Oh, there's two, so I don't know.
Hello. I'd like to make a record request.
Okay. I need your driver's license, please.
When you make a record request, you don't have to do that.
Okay.
No, all you need is an email. Can you write it down? I had a mini stroke. It's easy.
Okay. As soon as I can get this thing separated.
Right.
I'll stick in there. Your name, sir?
Like I said, you don't even need a name. All you need is an email.
Email. You can find it that way. I will submit it to the record department and whatever they do. Okay.
Seriously, they haven't taught you guys?
Sir, we're just.
Right.
We're just the clerks, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Just forward the.
Yeah, I know, but they're supposed to teach
Give me an
you.
email?
Yes. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
F-U-K, Jeff Gray.
G-R-A-Y?
Yes.
And is any of this capitalized or? It's all-
No.
Okay.
At gmail.com. And then, I need any and all documents on how much the shop with the cop cost. Yeah, shop with a cop. Is that what you wrote?
Yeah.
That is shop?
Yeah. S, shop, W, with, A.
Oh, you're shortening. You are smart. Okay, there you go. So that's a record request.
Okay.
And then, is Internal Affairs in? I'd like to file a complaint against Sheriff Bill Permel. He's illegally trespassed me for 2 years for asking for records.
That would be.
I didn't realize you guys are going to be this busy.
You never know.
Right?
Some days it's slow, nobody comes in. Hardly.
Right?
Some days it's not. You might be one person.
So you get the records emailed to you and there's no fee.
It's usually free, unless they hate you like they hate me. So,
I must be on their good list.
what's that?
I said I don't think I'm on their good list.
Right. I'm not on their good list. I know it. You ever heard of Charlotte County Cop Watch? I'm the guy that runs
He's not
that.
in right now?
What's that?
He's not in right now?
Okay.
If you want to leave a name or a number, if you want him to call you?
Yeah, you can give him that email.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but you can write another note. That yes, I want to file a complaint against the sheriff for illegally trespassing me for 2 years in a row, and use that email. He'll know who it is.
Okay.
All right.
I'll send that right.
Okay. Thank you. What's that?
Wait from the outside.
Okay, they're asking for you.
They're not back yet.
Okay, thank you. But did they say anything, or it's just in the process? Okay.
Okay, what were we saying?
I was just curious. You seem to know what you're talking about.
Yes.
I filed a complaint, and I
Okay.
filed a complaint with the AG.
Okay.
But I guess I've been unable to get them to file a report on identity theft or anything. And when I talked to the Lee Sheriff's
Right.
office, they said they should have, and they send me away.
Right.
And then my father was selling his house,
Yep.
and he's sick, and you know, my sister-in-law saw a Baker actor, but I did not meet the elements at all. I had a case manager set up.
Right.
And I see a psychiatrist, and I had an appointment set up for that.
Right.
I was not homicidal nor suicidal. I was drinking coffee at 11 o'clock in the morning. I had already talked with Iris twice before, and we had an arrangement set up. What was strange is I have Behçet's, which is a systemic vasculitis, which is a disability.
Okay.
I think I should get 15 extra days just based on the ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act. But
Right.
they came into the house. She looked at. I happen to have been hacked over and over and over and over again, and I'm driving them all nuts. But it's really happening.
Right.
So she looked at the computer screen, which happened to have my dad attacking me, which I don't. He had cancer, and I knew something was wrong.
Right.
That was there.
Right.
Along with all of these hacks that match the DOJ's Chinese indictments.
Right.
And I thought, well, you guys should know. I mean, the strike force is in the area.
Right.
You should know about that. There's fentanyl, hacking. All of this is going on.
Right.
She said, I've seen enough. I've seen enough. I've said enough. And I thought, well, what do you bake? I'm trying to pack. We're being evicted today.
Right.
She, and just into the car. Then the dog hopped in the car with me. She said, the dog can go. I said, can I take her? She's my emotional support animal.
Right.
No, they don't take them there.
Right.
So I wasn't very. I got to Charlotte Behavioral.
Yep.
Lots of pressure in my eyes.
Right.
Send me to the ER.
Right.
Got to the ER. The doctor didn't take my ocular pressures.
Right.
I have systemic Behçet's, so I lost my vision in this eye, and neurological. There's pressure.
Right.
And he said, oh, she's Baker acted. Just send her back anyway. Don't take her blood or whatever.
Wow.
And so he didn't take my ocular pressures. They sent me back. The EMS said you actually should give her blood pressure medicine.
Right.
Because it is elevated.
Right.
Well, then what happens is if you're under stress, you can get arthritic pain.
Right.
It's systemic, so it can be anywhere.
Right.
So I gave them Walgreens as my pharmacy, and I said I have to sit down because it closed my eyes.
Right.
I said, give me the other medicine. Well, we can't give you anything until you're processed, until the doctor sees you. And the doctor is over there 11 until 1. They don't have a person on staff 24/7. No.
Right.
So they put me in isolation, and I just pulled a Nelson Mandela. I sat there doing yoga.
Right.
The guy's like, only in America for 2 days. I should have sat out the 72 hours.
Right.
It was filthy, so I decided I'm going to. They said you can come out. You can come out if you consent to a strip search.
Wow.
So I peed on the towel.
Right.
Because I thought, well, it was filthy.
Right.
So I'm like, we'll do this, and then I just sat there.
Are you supposed to meet with a cop? There's a cop pulling it. Okay.
They're doing everything they can to avoid me.
Right.
Anyway, they got me out, and then they said, okay, well, I'll drink. I went into the shower.
Right.
They opened up the shower door and came in and tackled me naked, and I said, okay, now we can say we searched you.
Wow.
Okay, so then they bring me into the back room.
Right.
Day 5, somebody said, well, have you read your patient bill of rights?
Right.
I haven't received one.
Right.
So I asked for my patient bill of rights.
Right.
And the girl was just handing it to me. I said, well, you've got the first written down there.
Right.
Today, I want you to date it.
Right.
And she said, well, I'm not going to date it. So I put it back. And
Right.
the next day I had somebody who was called legal. She dated it for me and signed it. So that was the 6th.
Right.
But on the 5th, when I said I won't take it, that's when they ran around and I was deemed
You can't be up by the door.
I was deemed incompetent.
Wow.
So at that point, I still haven't received my medication.
Right.
So I called the DOJ, American with Disabilities, and then they gave me the Florida number. I called them.
Right.
And they said they have to give you something, they have to give you the medicine or something similar.
Right.
So they doubled my dose of prednisone. Which,
Wow.
This is after not giving it to me for a couple of days.
Right.
They didn't give me the diazepam, and the woman said, well, you can say, anybody can say anything. I gave them my doctor, Dr. Martinez, my cardiologist. You can call the Mayo Clinic, Dr. Butenbeck is a rheumatologist. You can call these
Right.
people. They would not let me call 911.
Right.
I eventually did call 911 because I started to lose my vision.
Right.
And you get so much pressure, the neurological thing can cause a stroke or damage to your brain. And I don't want damage to my organs.
Right.
So I called 911 and I said, I have systemic vasculitis. I'm not getting my medication. patient.
Right.
And the girl said, who called 911?
Right.
This whole thing is somewhat interesting because, you said cop watch. So eventually I started to get...
What's going on, man?
Not much.
Eventually I started to get some of the medicine.
See, they know me by name.
Oh, they know me too. They're just like, oh my God, the two of them are together.
Right.
Eventually got the medicine. I'm incompetent, yet I have everybody in the facility calling the whoever heads up Charlotte Behavioral Health. There's
Right.
Asking for their patient. A lot of people don't have their patient bill of rights.
Right.
People who are poor who want to stay there and get clean are being kicked out. People who happen to have personal. Now I'm there and they want to keep me. I'm so incompetent. I mean, I've got 6 different diagnoses. I'm paranoid schizophrenic or paranoid delusional.
Right.
I've got anorexia. I have split personality. Just I've been at the Mayo Clinic. I've had psychiatrists. I've never had all of this.
Right.
The doctor did not say that to the judge. The doctor said she's bipolar, and we question her decisions.
Right.
It's like that's not really,
Wow.
So she said, you have to, that's not a valid reason. The one guy really wanted to know where I was going to live. What they're doing is my dad sold the house, so they're concerned I'm going to be homeless. But
Right.
they're like, where are you going to live? Where are you going to live? Where are you going to live?
Right.
And I said, if I'm a competent adult, you don't need to know where I'm going to live. This is, this is the United States.
Right.
We're at, you can't
Not anymore.
preemptively.
Right.
And I found other people were being pulled in just for, so I sat in there. I was a little obnoxious. I tipped a table because there was this other guy
Right.
who did nothing wrong and he was put in isolation.
Right.
And he was there from 9 o'clock at night until the next morning.
Right.
And according to the patient bill of rights, you're not supposed to do that, nor are you supposed to. I refused my medicine one night, all of it.
Right.
And I also wanted them to tell me the side effects. They gave me one that I was just like, I don't want to turn into one of these people who are walking.
Right.
Well, you don't get to know that now because you have a guardian. Who's your guardian? Your father. When I looked at when they released me,
Right.
it was some person. I have no idea who this person was. But they were the ones withholding medicine that could have killed me.
Wow.
The whole thing. But when I talked to more and more people in there, what was bizarre is a lot of people didn't get their patient bill of rights. One was a homeless guy who was schizophrenic, ex-con.
Right.
But he really wanted to get his life back on track.
Right.
And he got it the day he left.
Right.
And he was reading it, and he said, I'm not stupid. It took him a while. But
Right.
I'm not stupid. Right here it says if you're poor, they should still serve you.
Right. Right. They don't like doing it for free.
There was some of the people deserved to be in there.
Right.
But they were tased in their stomach and their hand while they're supposedly having either suicidal or. It's coming from Port Charlotte Police, Charlotte County Sheriffs.
Right.
Now my issue was with Iris because I wasn't suicidal, I wasn't homicidal.
Right.
I have a disability.
Iris is their new thing here, right?
Well, that's it. I was on prednisone, which makes me pressured, but I was also under pressure.
Right.
And in pain. I have a disability.
Right.
The stuff on my screen, I'm not paranoid nor delusional. There's a strike force out looking for Chinese, and the DOJ
Right.
indictments just came out. It mirrors it.
Right.
You should be curious if anything else.
Right. Do you have an email or phone number?
Well, I don't because I keep getting hacked. But I can give you my telephone number that I'm trying to use, and hopefully you'll get through to me.
Right.
I think what was so strange is so many people are being brought into Charlotte Behavioral Health, and some of them thought it was voluntary.
Right.
And
No, it's not voluntary.
Fraud. Well, they were trying to go in there just to get a break.
Right. Okay, what's the number?
864.
864.
816.
816.
0441.
0441.
Amanda.
And Amanda.
Mm-hmm.
And this. I actually know somebody that might be able to help you out with the Baker acting stuff.
Well, it's the ADA. I didn't meet the requirements. I said
Right.
civil liberties because I was in there saying McCarthyism, but other people, there were phone calls from out of state.
Right.
And they obviously didn't have a grenade in their back
Right.
or anything.
Right.
So it was so strange. And then there's a girl who's still coming out. I don't even know what she was on. She said fentanyl, and she had smoked something else. She's like, I mean, she's just out of her mind. She's being released. So maybe the other people, there's some type of fraud going on.
I believe it. Here, I got another appointment I got to go to, so I am going to get a hold of you because I do know somebody that's dealing with the Baker Act stuff, and yes, I know they're abusing it.
Well, you know what's so strange is I pulled out of my house that day.
Right.
Now, my passport, my social security, all of the legal work I ever did, my taxes, my documentation that makes me as a human being.
Right. Ooh, that's not good.
Isn't that weird?
That's not good.
I had to tell somebody who's harassing them.
Right.
Like,
all right.
Don't you want to leave the state? No.
You know. All right. I gotta go.
What's your name again?
Andy.
Andy, nice
Good to meet you. Yes, I will call you. I know.
Did you say you're
Cop Watch. If you give a word, look it up on Google. Charlotte County Cop Watch.
Just because I've become like this justice dad.
Right. You need to. We're not free, man. You have a good day.